Welcome back to the channel, guys. The weather today, man, it is so bipolar. It's just like cloudy, then it's beaming me. So I'm sorry if the light is really in and out in this video. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. We got a fun little video tonight. We're going to be running through a lot of transfer news. I know we're getting to the end of the season, but we got a lot going on. I think we're going to have a lot coming out in the next week or two. We had a ton that happened yesterday. I just had so much streaming and so much content yesterday that I just didn't get to being able to do the video. Not to mention, I think I did like 17 hours of streams the 2 days, Thursday, Friday. I'm cooked, man. I've just got to the point where I'm like, I can literally just lay down. So I got off the couch. I'm like, I'm going to give you this 10-minute video. We're going to run through some transfer stuff. A lot of interesting stuff. A lot of stuff that I like. Now, we're going to start with, for me, the largest transfer. All right. And this one is Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. Now, it's not official. All right. Not official. All right, but it's come out, and Ornstein, guys, this guy, David Ornstein, man, I'm telling you, David Ornstein, Fabrizio tweets a lot. David Ornstein, when he tweets, it's very significant news. Now, a lot of teams have wanted Florian Wirtz. We've seen Man City go for him. Look, Florian Wirtz is one of those players, guys, for me, him and Musiala. I mean, Germany, the only thing hindering Germany right now is Spain. Spain is insane. Like, Spain, I think, is going to be so good for the next 10, 12 years. They have a serious dynasty on their hands. But, man, getting to watch that Germany-Spain game, I mean, it was a handball away from Germany taking the next step. And they played some really nice football. Him and Musiala together, insane. And, guys, this guy, Florian Wirtz, man, he was a part of one of the most legendary seasons in history. That Leverkusen run was crazy. And for me, I love this for Liverpool. I'm going to explain why. I think Liverpool need to add something this season. Szoboszlai, say what you want about him. This guy, Wirtz, bringing him into the equation, into that squad, it's a whole other level. All right, this is a serious talent of a player. One of the most talented players in world football. Pretty much the reason, I mean, it was a team effort, but one of the major reasons they went on that run. And City was looking at him, Bayern Munich was looking at him, and Liverpool was looking at him. I like the Liverpool move the most. You know, I think it makes a lot of sense for him. They play a really quick attacking style. They really do, man. Really fit team. I felt like Leverkusen really ran that way in that one season. I like it a lot. And you know why I like it even more? I'm going to tell you two reasons why. Number one, this guy is a winner. Okay, he is. And number two, Frimpong is also going to Liverpool. Okay, so now this one is not done officially, but I think it's going to happen, all right? This news coming out, we've heard now Wirtz publicly say he's really impressed by the project. I'll show you this. Fabrizio reported this, that he said, I want to go to Liverpool. He said this to Leverkusen, and he said the project to Liverpool, he really appreciated. Now, we got to talk about this, man. This dude and Frimpong going to Liverpool. Now, let's look at the teams that wanted him. Bayern Munich, look, I think that would have been boring, you know, and I think you guys would have said the same thing, bro. This happens in Germany all the time, okay? These players play really well in these other teams. Bayern Munich just buys them out. It's like a monopoly, okay? The most exciting Bundesliga season was literally the 2 seasons where Dortmund recently didn't just sell Bayern all their players, and Dortmund choked the league on the last match day. They did. All right, this recent season, it was closer, right? It was. And then the other one where Leverkusen won the league by like 20 points. So the Bundesliga, we don't want to see all these teams just going to Bayern Munich. And look, I said this after this last season. Leverkusen said, I said, I want to see this team run it back again. They did this year. It didn't go the same way. All great things do come to an end, but I was happy that they at least tried it for another year. They didn't sell all the players after that one season because it was just such a magical season. I mean, they just fell short in the Europa League final, but it was a hell of a season. So love this for Liverpool, guys. I really do. And, like, you know, you take a look at the top 3 next season, guys. For me, it is going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City. Not in any order. I think Man City is starting to close the season, find their form again. Really, we'll talk about Man City in a minute. Really weird season for Man City. Just weird. Like, Foden fell off the face of the planet Earth. Haaland started the way he started and then really just wasn't as crazy the rest of the year. KDB on the way out. Legendary player. Just not really all what he used to be anymore. It's just wild, man. Man City, I mean, no Rodri the whole season. So I expect Man City to play better next season. I expect Arsenal to get a striker in the offseason. I expect it. So Liverpool, I like what they're doing here because, guys, I am honest with the analysis on this channel. You guys know I call it how it is. I know Liverpool won the league and all that. I just really haven't loved the way Liverpool closed the season this year. I just haven't. I just personally have not loved the way they closed the season. And I've started to watch Jota Jota, I feel like regressed this season. I feel like Jota was giving Liverpool more in the past. Nunez this year, oh my God, Nunez, is he ultra reliable? So really, we found the match where Liverpool went into that game against PSG. I don't think Gakpo really was at full strength at that point. They just didn't. They just were so reliant on Salah. He got pocketed by Nuno Mensch. Adding a player like Wirtz, bringing in a guy like Frimpong, guys, I love it. I love it. I know that Liverpool's becoming Netherlands FC. I know, but next season it's a massive upgrade for them to get these two players into the team. Massive. People are so haters online. All I saw about the Frimpong news, well, this guy can't defend. We're bringing in the Dutch Trent. All right? Shut up, man. Okay? And the way these guys play Liverpool, they do rely, you look at all the best seasons of Liverpool in the recent, let's say, 5-10 years, always relying on super attacking fullbacks, right? When Robertson was more in his prime, and when Trent was doing what he was doing, he still played all right this year. I like Frimpong going in there. I love Wirtz going in there. I love it. I really love it, guys. I'm going to be honest. I love it. Already got that chemistry with Gakpo, VVD. Slot is the manager. I love it, bro. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you're a Liverpool fan, you watch this channel, the Wirtz going there out of the teams available, 10 out of 10 for me. Man City, he goes there. Well, he's got to fill in the steps of, KDB and Foden. And for me, Man City's such an interesting team. It's such a, it's got so many egos in that team, and I feel like it's why you see players like Jack Grealish. You see players going there. Some people really struggling. Foden this year just falling off planet Earth. It's such a tough rotation, and there's so much pressure because of what they did in the league for years now. I like it more for Wirtz going to Liverpool. And you go to Liverpool, Wirtz, right? I think he's a world-class player. VVD, all right? Absolute superstar. Salah, absolute superstar. They already have two superstars. So Wirtz going to Liverpool, the pressure's off a bit. I think the pressure's off a bit. And, maybe going to Bayern, yeah, it would have been nasty with Musiala, but one of them's not going to be playing in their natural position. So, for me, it's the perfect landing for him. It makes the most sense out of the teams available. I love it. Okay, so today, Napoli proposed to KDB for 3 years. Now, this situation, we heard KDB was, maybe leaked with Liverpool a little bit, best friends with VVD. That's not going to happen, okay? That's not going to happen now. Wirtz is going. Wirtz is the better signing too. Let's be honest. KDB, I love him. I've got his jersey signed over there. He's not all that anymore. He's still very good going into any team. Look, Napoli, I like it. I actually really like it. So we'll see what his decision is. KDB is going to have to decide, does he want to kind of just chill out, enjoy his life? He's made it as a footballer. For me, KDB doesn't have too much left to prove. Napoli just won Serie A. They've got a really good situation with that team. They do. Going and playing with Lukaku. They got some nice players on that team, and they're going to be looking to run it back next season. So that is an interesting one to watch out for. At this point, it looks like it's going to be Napoli, or it looks like it's going to be somewhere in America. I don't see KDB going the Saudi route. We'll probably know with that with time going on. And this one is interesting too. Jonathan David to Napoli as well. So Napoli looking to reload and just go at it next season, and it makes sense as well. I think Napoli will really try to contend a bit more in the Champions League. Next season with how they've run this year in the league. Let's talk about this one, Garnacho, guys. So Garnacho, look, this came out this morning, so good timing on this video. Garnacho's expected to leave Man United in case of good proposal for both parties, as reported on Thursday. United are open to selling certain players, also to finance new signings. Garnacho is one of them. The winger attracted interest in January. The race is open again. But what's interesting to note is see, you can see here Liverpool obviously talking to this is what is interesting, okay? So this was exclusive from David Ornstein this morning. He said Ruben Amorim informs Manchester United squad he will be in charge next season, okay? Because there were some question marks about Amorim being there or not. He also told Garnacho to find a new club. So that's what Ornstein said this morning, and it happened during a meeting between Portuguese head coach and United players today at the training. So, guys, he basically told Garnacho to find a new team. And look, a lot of the context with this, Garnacho's had a lot to say. My mic almost fell over. Sorry about that. Garnacho's had a lot to say, for sure. He's definitely a player with an ego. Guys, Garnacho, the fact is, there's talent there. I think he thinks he's a little better than he is. He has scored some incredible goals. He is a good player. I think he's a solid squad player. I think he can add a bit. Some of the values that get associated into his price tag, I don't know. Maybe we'll see a situation where he goes in a team with a certain temperature that he's feeling, and he starts playing way better into his highest potential. Maybe there's something we've missed. We've seen him do some pretty crazy stuff. he basically went in the interview after the Europa League. Um, And this is what he said. So up until the Europa League final, I played every round helping the team. And today I played 20 minutes. I don't know. The final will influence my decision, but the whole season, the situation of the club, I'm going to try to enjoy the summer and see what happens afterwards. So you've got this situation at United now where you've got a lot of players that are like hitting the exit button. Because look, they absolutely stink. I get that. It shows a bit about Garnacho's kind of probably feeling like, he's at a certain point in his career. He wants to be contributing maybe to Champions League football, stuff like that. I'm not so sure, but it looks like he's going to be on the way out of United. We were thinking maybe he was going to leave in January. He didn't. He actually had some interest. I think it was from Napoli. And now, apparently, Saudi put in an offer for Bruno Fernandes. Look, I don't think that's going to happen. So I know that there's rumors about Bruno. I think Bruno will stay a Manchester United player. That's not a rumor that I really believe is going to happen. These Saudi rumors come out all the time about players, huge offers. I don't know if they're always fully accurate. I think this one is, but expect him to be a United player next season. Don't think Garnacho will be a United player next season. I'm really interested to see what happens with Garnacho. Anthony ended up being the worst Premier League player we've seen in so long. And guys, honestly, Anthony's like a top 5 attacker right now in the world. Like, I'm not even trolling. Go watch Anthony's last 10 goals. The dude is insane. The dude is insane. I mean, can you imagine this Wednesday in the Europa League final? Because it's going to be a big game. Betis Chelsea is going to be a big game. Imagine Anthony scores. I mean, the run of form he's gone on outside of the Serie A, it's just insane. It's like so outside of Serie A, outside of Premier League. I said Serie A because I was also talking about McTominay scored literally a scissor kick to win the league yesterday for Napoli. So it's just crazy to see. I know people will say, okay, it's the Premier League being that much better. I don't really buy it, bro, because at this point, the amount of United players that went somewhere else and started playing better, I don't think it has to do with the Premier League. I think it's United. So I can understand Garnacho's frustration. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm one of those guys that I just don't think Garnacho's that good. I think he's a good squad player. I think he's solid. I think he can give you like 10 or 15 goal assists a season. But I don't think he's like this next Ronaldo, and I think he kind of thinks he is. There was a reason that when Argentina's playing, he's not really playing with that team. So I don't think it's just Manchester United when it comes to Garnacho. On to the next story that I wanted to speak about, Jonathan Tah. So look, someone from that Leverkusen team went to Bayern Munich. Guys, there's one other rumor that we're not going to talk about in this video, but I've seen it increasingly now. Bayern are also looking to get Rafael Leao. That's one. So Leao, I've heard over the years, linked with a lot of teams. Barcelona's one that I've heard in and out. Right now, Barcelona's linked with Luis Diaz, so I don't know how you guys feel about that. I'm not sure that's going to happen because apparently Diaz is going to cost like 85. Deco really wants him. I've heard Leao there too. Leao to Bayern. I'll tell you this. Bayern this season did more than I expected. I didn't think Bayern was going to be all that good. Jonathan Tah is a very good center back. I do think they need to add depth to the defense. Everything else in a team outside of their other winger situation, because Olise is a god. The other situation, Gnabry's finished. Coman, he's so good, but he's been injured too much now. Sane's too inconsistent. Bayern getting Leao, Tah, with Musiala, Kane, Olise, Kimmich, Kim. Guys, that is a serious team. Serious team. And now I know you guys are saying, well, okay, what about Wirtz? You just said if he goes there, it defeats the purpose. This doesn't apply to Tah? For me, Bayern already have Musiala in that spot. I don't mind them getting another center back. Leverkusen, though, guys, hopefully I organized this properly, which of course I didn't. But Leverkusen, guys, look at this. Okay, Erik ten Hag is going to Leverkusen. Now, okay, this is his first job since Manchester United, and I know a lot of you guys are thinking, like, yo, you really rate this? Like, you think he can do something? Guys, I love it. I'm going to be honest, I love it for Ten Hag, because I look at this situation. They're losing Wirtz, Frimpong, who knows with Grimaldo, Tah is out. Multiple other players will go out. So all this team is pretty much doing, right? It's getting blown up, man. They're throwing them to Italy, to England, all this. These players are gone, okay? I love this for Ten Hag. We look at Ten Hag's most successful times in football. It's been developing youth players, bro. And look, he's going to go to a situation. This is like the perfect situation for him. There's no pressure, in my opinion. There's not a lot, all right? He gets the ability to manage under not a lot of pressure, try his system there, develop, youth players. I think it's so good for him, bro. I think this is the perfect job for him after United, especially with all the star players on the way out, the expectations are low, so he can go in there, and just do his thing. I love it. I love it. And I think Ten Hag, I think people are realizing he's been really overhated as a manager. What manager like has done great at United since, United really just fell off the slope, It's just you can't put too much legitimacy on it. So, look, what he did at Ajax was really special. I want to see what he can do here. If he ends up stinking it up and Leverkusen suck and they're like the bottom 5 teams, then maybe we can say Ten Hag is just finished as a manager. Maybe we can say that. Last thing I wanted to mention, Frimpong also, guys, it's a here we go. 5-year deal for him. I love him. I think he's so good. I've actually said this too. Liverpool is so interesting because Chiesa, pretty much one of the best Italian players in the last decade, like one of the best Italian attackers, right? He really didn't do much this season, right? Really struggled to get fit, wasn't getting minutes. That's another interesting player that's going to be hungry to make it back in. Bro, what happens when Salah, in a few years, is not where he's at and he's not really there anymore? Dude, this guy Frimpong, have you seen him play for the Dutch national team on the wing? He's crazy. He's crazy. So if you're a Liverpool fan, bro, get stoked about this Frimpong guy because it's not just a Trent situation where he wants to go forward, but then he stops. Bro, this dude can play right wing. Trent cannot play right wing. This guy can go up there and give you minutes in that position. So I love it. I love it. Very versatile. But the last thing I was going to talk about, is this, and I actually like this too. All right, Man City for Reindeers. I like this a lot. This guy's a serious player. This might be happening pretty soon as well. So don't be surprised if we're going to comment on this in the middle of the week. I like that too. So that's what we got, guys. That's all the transfer news. It all happened yesterday, so it is quite a bit. All this stuff we're talking about in this video, outside of probably the KDB, we don't know about that, what's going to happen, because ultimately KDB is going to be up to his decision. I think all this stuff probably will happen. The Liao, the Diaz, that stuff is more speculation at this point. But let me know what you guys are thinking, bro. I think this transfer stuff is really crazy. I like all the moves for these teams at the moment. I don't know who's even going to go for Garnacho. That's the other thing. That's the question mark, too. I don't know who would go for him. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking, man, about all this news. And thanks for watching the video, guys. Much love to you guys that watch these videos, bro. I love yapping about footy. So thanks, man. Have a good Saturday. Peace.